My name is Zoe and I am going to be bringing you a thought for today. So around 3,000 years ago, there was a guy that you may have heard of. He has one of the best CVs of all time. And so I'm going to roll off some things and I'm going to see if you can guess who this guy was. Little game. So he was a shepherd. He was a successful musician. He slayed a giant. Hello! He wrote part of the Bible. And he actually was a king of Israel, so what did he not do? Have you guessed who it was? That's right, it was David. Now David, he wrote over half of the Psalms in the Bible, which have been read by hundreds of generations, by millions upon millions of people. And many people have worshipped and been led into the presence of God through the very words that David penned. What a legacy. But what I love most about David, he did all these great things, he slayed giants, he was a king. But what I love most about David is that he was so authentic, that whenever he messed up, which it seemed to happen a lot for him, he would go straight back to God and say sorry. And God was always waiting to forgive David, waiting to restore, waiting to put him back on the right path. It's so cool. Go David. Now today, what I'd like to do is I'd like to encourage you around one of the Psalms in the Bible. And coincidentally, this Psalm was written by David. It's Psalm 23, a classic. So I'm going to read it from the Message translation, if you'd like to follow along. God, my shepherd, I don't need a thing. You have bedded me down in lush meadows. True to your word, you let me catch my breath, and you send me in the right direction. Even when the way goes through Death Valley, I'm not afraid. When you walk at my side, your trusty shepherd's crook makes me feel secure. Now, during this season, it seems as though we've fallen into two groups of people. There have been those of us who have been able to pause, catch our breath, and allow God to send us in a new direction. I feel like I've been really blessed to be in that camp. But then there have been some of us who have actually really been struggling during this time. It's been a real challenge. But what I love in this psalm is that David says he's not afraid and that he actually walked through the valley. He travelled through it. There was an end. So I hope that encourages you today. Even when the way goes, well, we said that, we've done that bit. You serve me a 6-course dinner right in front of my enemies. You revive my drooping head. My cup brims with blessing. Your beauty and your love chase after me every day of my life. I'm back home in the house of God for the rest of my life. What a psalm. Now, a few years ago, I was really struggling with teaching. It was so hard for me. But I really was believing that this was what God wanted me to do. One day I was worshipping alongside my mum, and I felt the Holy Spirit show me that actually He had gone before me, and that He was waiting ahead of me in the classroom with His love and His mercy and His kindness. Fast forward a few years, and guess what? He was so waiting for me. He was so kind. Now, this Psalm 23, it ends talking about us being back home in the house of God. I don't know about you, but I'm so excited to be reunited with you, to be back together, worshipping God, loving God together. So Psalm 23, I love it. It's great. It's full of gold, and I'd love to encourage you today to ponder it for yourself and to allow God to speak to you through it. So what is my thought today? My thought is simply that God is actually, He's gone before us. and that He is waiting for us in our future, and that God actually wants us to be like David, authentic and open and honest and real with Him. Jesus came so we could do this, so we could be reunited to God, so we could have that authentic relationship with Him. I love you guys, and I hope you have the best day. Bye.